So hello guys, welcome to the fifth lecture of the chapter quadratic equation. In the last four lectures, what we have seen is, in the first two lectures we first saw how to formulate a quadratic equation with the given conditions, right, with the given statements, how to formulate the quadratic equation. And in the last two lectures, that's the lecture number 3 and lecture number 4, we learned the first method to solve the quadratic equation, that is the factorization method or the method by using the splitting the middle term, right. We also learned the concept, and also in the last lecture we solved the entire exercise 4.2, right, which is based upon factorization of quadratic equation. So actually this lecture you can watch it even without watching those lectures, but I would recommend you to go in that flow itself from the lecture 1 to lecture, in the same chronology. Don't skip any lecture and watch any other lecture, so that there will be a flow, right. But this is a new topic guys. Today we are going to see solution of a quadratic equation by completing the square. This is the second method of solving quadratic equation, right. Okay guys, before explaining this method, I'll explain you through example itself, right. The example is the product of Sunita's age in years 2 years ago and her age 4 years from now is 1 more than twice her present age. What is her present age? Okay guys, so what we are going to take in let. We usually take let as what we have to find itself, right. So what we have to find, her present age. So let her present age be equal to x. And then now let's read the condition. The product of Sunita's age 2 years ago, which means x minus 2, and 4 years from now, okay, 4 years from now is x plus 4, is 1 more than twice her present age, which means 1 more than twice her present age, right. If her present age is x, 1 more than twice means 2x plus 1. So this is the equation form guys. Now I'll start solving this equation. You will get to know why I am solving this equation, because this is a classic example of the solution of a quadratic equation by completing square method. I'll solve this using the completing square method itself, then you'll understand what actually completing square method actually means, right. So I'll start solving it. This multiplication, and I'll open up the bracket. This becomes like x square plus 4x minus 2x minus 8 equal to 2x plus 1. So I'll bring all the terms towards LHS, so it becomes like x square, 4x minus 2x is 2x, and here there's one more 2x, right. So when 2x, here 2x is remaining, and when 2x of RHS comes to 2x in LHS, it becomes minus 2x, they'll get cancelled up. So these two terms are getting cancelled up, right. These terms are getting cancelled up, 2x and 2x from here. So and here it is minus 8. When 1 comes this side, it becomes minus 8 minus 1, which is minus 9 equal to 0. Now I'll do one thing guys. I'll take the number to RHS and I'll keep x in LHS. It becomes like x square equal to 9. If you see this guys, I think everybody will know the solution of this thing, x square equal to 9, where x will be equal to plus or minus 3, because 3 square is 9 and minus 3 square is also 9. So x equal to plus or minus 3. If you see in this method guys, we actually didn't do the, what is that, splitting the middle term and factorization method. We didn't do in that method. We directly getting it by just taking the root both the sides, right. We took root both the sides, that is we took the root here, x square also we took the root, and on 9 also we took the root. When we took the root both the side, we got x equal to plus or minus 9. So we just took the root and got the answer of x, right. So that is called completing the square method. The thing is, here if you see in this equation, the thing is we have to express x in terms of a square of a number. Getting it guys? We have to somehow express x in that way, so that if we take root on both the sides, that is root on x square and root on that number, you should get the value of x. As simple as that. So you have to express in such a way that x square equal to some quantity. So when you take root in both the sides, you will get the value of x square. That's the concept guys. Okay, I'll take one more example for you people to understand it, right. For example 2 we can consider, right. This is like x plus 2 whole square equal to 9. Getting it guys? Now if you see, if I take root on both the sides, LHS and RHS, what it happens, this becomes x plus 2 and this becomes plus or minus, right, it becomes plus or minus 3. So now there are two conditions possible, x plus 2 equal to 3 and x plus 2 equal to minus 3. Now if we find the value of x becomes equal to 3 minus 2, that is 1, and here x will become equal to minus 5. Getting it, guys? X became 1 and x became minus 5. We got the value of x. That's the solution of the equation, right? Very easy. So what we did, we just expressed this quantity in terms of square of this quantity, and finally we took the root and found the answer. So the thing is, all the equations won't be like this, right? These are few specific equations which I took for the example sake, so that you people will understand. All the equation won't be in this format in which we can take the root both the side and we'll easily get the value of x. In few questions you have to make it in that format. Getting it? You have to bring it in that format and then find the value of x. That's what we'll be learning in this method, guys. That's what I wanted to tell you. Not every equation will be as simple as these two equations where we directly are getting, right? We have to make it in that form. So in this lecture, in this topic, that's what we'll be learning, how to make it in that form. Okay guys, now I'll move aside. You can take the screenshot of this. Let's take an example and understand how to make it in this format if it is not in this format earlier. Okay guys, now let's go to example 7. Solve the equation by the method of completing the squares. Okay guys, equation in example 3 was square minus 5x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, now we have to solve this equation using the method of completing square. Now I'll teach you guys how to make a equation which is not in the format, to bring it in that format of from which we can make the completing square method. We can do it in completing square method easily, right? So the method is, guys, first thing what you have to do is keep all the x terms one side and keep all the number term other side. Getting it? All the constant or the numerical term towards RHS and keep the terms with x in LHS. That is 2x square minus 5x equal to minus 3. Getting it, guys? All the x term are kept in LHS. Now the second step what you have to do is you have to make sure that the term x square doesn't have the coefficient of 1. It doesn't have 2, 3. It shouldn't have. It should be alone. It should be x square. That's right. So what you have to do? You have to divide all terms with 2 so that only x square term will be there. It shouldn't be like 2x square minus 2x square 3x square. It should only be x square. Getting it? So 2 got cancelled. Here, no, here it doesn't get cancelled. So here it's going to be like this only. Let it be here only. So the equation becomes now equal to x square minus 5x by 2 equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay guys, now I'll tell you what you have to do. Take the half of this quantity which you get here, right, with the x term. Take the half of that. That is minus 5 by 2 into half, right? Half of that means that will give you minus 5 by 4. Getting it, guys? That will give you minus 5 by 4. Just a minute. That will give you minus 5 by 4. Now what you have to do is square that and add it both the side. Getting it, guys? So x square minus 5 by 2x is here only. If you square that, what happens? It will become minus 5 by 4 the whole square. This will become 25 by 16. Now add it both the side. If you add it both the side, here it becomes plus 25 by 16 and here it becomes minus 3 by 2 plus 25 by 16. Getting it, guys, what I'm doing? Now what you have to do, now if you see this, you will get to know that it is like a minus b the whole square. If you see this, this is a square, okay, this is b square, this is 2ab. Getting it, guys? Because b is equal to minus 5 by 4. What we found here was actually b. Getting it, guys? If you do 2ab, what it happens? 2 into a is nothing but 1. 2 into ab, if you do, it will become minus 5 by 4 into 2. It will become minus 5 by 2. Correct? No, that is what here it is. So this became like x minus 5 by 2 the whole square. Getting it, guys? That's the thing. Here if you take the LCM, this will be into 8. So this will become minus 24 plus 25 by 16. That is 1 by 16. Getting it, guys? After taking LCM, you're getting as 1 by 16. Now we can solve this. I'll do it here now. Right. x minus 5 by 2 the whole square equal to 1 by 16. Getting it, guys? Now if I take the root both the side, now I can take the root both the side, right? Because both are like square terms. Now this root and the square will get cancelled. This will become like x minus 5 by 2 equal to plus or minus 1 by 4. Getting it? Now what we'll do? Now two values of plus one side and minus one side. X is equal to 5 by 2. 5 by 2 will go other side. So minus 5 by 2 will become plus 5 by 2 plus 1 by 4. And other value of x will become 5 by 2 minus 1 by 4. So this will become like into 2. If I take LCM and solve, x will become equal to 10 plus 1, 11 by 4. Right. Now again if I solve here, into 2, x will become equal to 10 minus 1 by 4. That is 9 by 4. That's it, guys. You got the value of x. That's what you wanted to find. That's the solution of the equation. Right. Now I'll tell you once again, guys, how I did the method. I hope you people got it, but even then I'll say you once again. First step is that you have to keep all the x terms one side and the constant or the numerical term other side. That is, you'll keep all the x terms in LHS and the number term you have to keep it in the RHS. After that, what you have to do, you have to see what is the coefficient of x square. You should make sure that the coefficient of x square is going to be 1. That is, there shouldn't be any other number than 1. That is, only x square should be there, which means if there is 2x square, you will divide the all terms with 2 so that 2 will get cancelled. You need only the x square term. If it is 3x square, you will divide all the terms with 3 so that you get only x square. So we divided all the term with 2, then we got only x square. So this became like this. So it became minus 5 by 2x equal to minus 3 by 2 because we divided all term with 2. And then what we did is, we took this term which is coefficient of x, that is minus 5 by 2. We took it here. Minus 5 by 2, we made the half of that. We took the half of that. That became equal to minus 5 by 4. Minus 5 by 2's half is what? You have to multiply this into half. Then it will become minus 5 by 4. Now what you have to do is, you have to square that minus 5 by 4. Then you will get as minus 5 by 4 square is 25 by 16. Now what you have to do is, you have to add it 25 by 16 both the sides in LHS and RHS. In LHS where there is x variables and in RHS there is only a number. Both the sides you are going to add 25 by 16. Right. 25 by 16. Now what will happen? Now if you see, after this entire LHS equation will look either like a plus b the whole square or a minus b the whole square. That's what happened, guys. That's what usually happens. That's what always happens. It will either be in x minus, it will be like x minus some quantity whole square or x plus some number whole square. It will be in that format itself. And here if you take LCM, even this one will be like some quantities square only. See, if you see 1 by 16 is square of what? Minus 1 by 4 or 1 by 4. Getting it? It will come in the form of squares, because when you take the root of that squares, you will get the. Getting it, guys? That is called completing square. It is an incomplete square. You won't get any, like, you can't solve using the square method initially. But what we did, we used methods, we did few things, after which we got an equation in which we can find the solution by just taking the root. That is called first completing the square and then finding the solution. That's it, guys. We'll do more examples so that you people will understand this method well, right? Can't understand now? That's all right, guys. While doing more and more examples, you will understand in further questions. So you can take the screenshot now. Okay, guys, let's see example 8. Example 8 says, find the roots of the equation 5x square minus 6x minus 2 equal to 0 by applying method of completing the square. Okay, guys, they are given the equation like how we did in the previous question. In the same way we are going to approach this question as well, guys. In your NCERT, they have slightly used a different method to solve this specific question, I guess, guys. But we will do with our own method itself. I feel like that's the best method, right? So that's easy and best. So that's why we'll do it. We'll do with that method itself, right? So I'll write the equation here now. 5x square. But if you feel like any other method you are comfortable with, you can do in that method as well, right? So there's no restriction as such. But I believe this itself is easy, right? So what's the first step, guys? What we have to do is we have to keep all the x term one side and all the number term other side. So we'll keep 5x square minus 6x one side, and on the other side we'll keep 2. Correct. And then what we'll do? What is the second step? The second step is you have to make sure that x square is just x square. It shouldn't have any multiplied number, or the coefficient of x square should be 1. That is, only x square should be there. The coefficient of x square should not be anything other than 1. Here it is 5. So you have to eliminate that 5. So what you'll do? You'll divide all the terms with 5. Right. That time what will happen? That time this 5 will get cancelled. Only x square will be remaining, and here it will become like minus 6 by 5x equal to 2 by 5. Now what you will do, guys? Now we will take this minus 6 by 5, the middle term. Remember this minus sorry guys. So we'll take minus 6 by 5, and then what we'll do? We'll take half of this. Half of this means into 1 by 2. Then it will become minus 6 by 10. Getting it? Now what we'll do? Now we should take the square of that. First you have to take the middle term, that is minus 6 by 5, make it into half, take the half of that, and the number which you get, that you have to square it. That is minus 6 by 10, square it. It will become equal to 36 by 100. Done. Now what you have to do? You have to add 36 by 100 in both the sides, that is in LHS and RHS. That time it will become like x square minus 6 by 5x plus 36 by 100 equal to 2 by 5 plus 36 by 100. Getting it, guys? Now if you see this LHS, as I said you, LHS is always going to be like either in x minus some number the whole square form, or else x plus some number whole square form. If you see here, it is like a square, so a square is x square, right? A is x, a square plus b square. Getting it? Minus 2ab. Getting it, guys? A square plus b square. What is b square? 6 by 10 is b square. Minus 2ab. Minus 2 into 6 by 10 will give you minus 6 by 5. Getting it? So this whole format is in x minus 6 by 10 the whole square format. Getting it? If you expand this, this is what you are going to get. And this will become, you have to take the LCM here. So LCM, if you take, it will be into 100, right? I mean into 20, so that you will get 100. 5 into 20 is 100, right? You have to get 100 denominator. So now numerator will become equal to 2 into 20 is 40. 40 plus 36 is, what is it? 76. 76 by 100. Done, guys. Now what you have to do? Now we'll do it here, right? Now we have to take root in both the sides. Just a minute, guys. Okay. Take root both the sides. That time it will become, I'll write it here once again, the same equation. X minus 6 by 10 the whole square equal to 76 by 100. Now we'll take root both the sides. That time it will become like x minus 6 by 10. The thing is, the root and square will get cancelled. Equal to, here the root of 100 is 10, no. So numerator, what will happen? The root of 76. Okay, 76 we can write like, how can we write 76? We'll do the, no need. We can do the prime factorization actually. Okay, see, for example, 76, we'll take the prime factorization. It will be by 2, that is 3, 8. Again by 2 if you do, we'll get 19. So this becomes 19. So it becomes like 4 into 19. Getting it, guys? So this becomes like root of 4 into 19 by 100. So what will be root of 4? It is 2, right? So 4 will come out as 2. Outside the root it will come and it will become 2. Only 19 is remaining, and 100, when it comes outside the root, it becomes 10, because 10 square is 100, right? So it becomes like 2 by 10, 2 by 10 root 19. Getting it, guys? Because this 100 came out as 10 after taking the root, and this root of 76 became 2 root 19. You will get it from prime factorization. Done. Now what we have to do? Now we can simplify this further. This becomes like 1 by 5. Getting it? So this becomes finally like root of 19 by 5. Getting it, guys? And what? it doesn't become plus root of 19 by 5, it becomes plus or minus. Correct now, because here when square and root gets cancelled, here that's how it is, right? If you know the basics of squaring, for example, if x square equal to 9, x can be equal to plus or minus 3, right? If x square equal to 9, x is equal to plus or minus 3. That's how, if this whole quantity is equal to this quantity, if this quantity, the rooted quantity is going to be equal to plus or minus this RHS. Now what you will do? Now you will take two conditions. That is, in first condition you will take like x minus 6 by 10 equal to plus of 19 root of 19 by 5. That is, it's not minus, it's plus, right? X will become equal to root 19 by 5 plus 6 by 10. Now if you take the LCM of this thing, it becomes like 2 root 19 plus 6 by 10. Getting it? X became like this. Now if you take, now the second case is x minus 6 by 10 equal to, here it was plus, right? Now we'll take minus. We'll consider the minus case. This becomes like, x becomes equal to, when this goes RHS, it will become plus. So it becomes minus root 19 by 5. Now if you multiply this into 2, x will become equal to 12 minus root 19 by 10. This is one more value of x and this is the first value of x. So these two are the solutions of your question, guys, of this equation. Getting it? We solved it using the square, completing the square method. Just a minute, guys, let me check whether it is correct. Right, let me just check it once. Okay. Okay guys, here I have done a small mistake. The thing is, it is not into 2 here. While taking LCM, I have to multiply here, right, into 2, not here. I made a small mistake in taking LCM. So this becomes like 6 by minus of 2 root 19. Now guys, you can still simplify this. That's the final answer you will get after simplifying. That is, this 10 can be divided by 2, right? Even 2 can be divided by 2, even 6 can be divided by 2. So all term, if you divide by 2, right, or else if you make half of all the terms, you will get it as x equal to, I guess it's not visible here, so I'll write it here. So you will get x as 19 plus root of 19 plus 3 by 5. You are dividing all the quantities with 2 because it is divisible, right? You can simplify it. When you can simplify, you have to simplify, right? And then another x value will become equal to 3 minus root 19 by 5. These two will be the final solution, guys. If you see in your NCERT also, it's the same, it's correct, right? So that's it, guys. This was your solution of question example 8. Now again we'll see another 2 example, guys, before we go further to the exercise of this particular concept, that is exercise 4.3. right now I'll take the screenshot. Okay guys, now let's see example 9. Example 9 says find the roots of the equation 4x square plus 3x plus 5 equal to 0 by the method of completing the square. Okay guys, we'll do it like how we have done the previous question. We'll use the same method. 4x square plus 3x plus 5 equal to 0 is the equation. So what we'll do first, we'll bring all the x terms one side and all the number term the other side. So it will become like 4x square plus 3x equal to minus 5. Getting it, guys? Now what we'll do, as I said to you, the coefficient of x square should be 1. That is, there should be only x square. There shouldn't be any coefficient to x square. It should be only 1. So we'll divide all the equation with 4. I mean all the terms of the equation with 4. So then it will become x square plus 3 by 4 by plus 3 by 4x equal to minus 5 by 4. Right. Now what we'll do, guys? Now what we'll do is, we have to take the half of this. That's what we had been doing, right? 3 by 4's half. That will become 3 by 8. just a minute guys, it will become 3 by 8. Now after taking half, what we used to do, we have to square it. That is, we have to do 3 by 8 the whole square. It will become 9 by 64. Now what we have to do is we have to add 9 by 64 both the sides of the equation. That is, we have to add it here as well. Plus 9 by 64. Right, in LHS, plus we have to add it in the RHS as well. 9 by 64 minus 5 by 4. Getting it guys? Now let's start solving it. Right, so this becomes like x plus what is b? This is b generally, right? This will be the b generally. So this, yeah, that is b actually. This is b square, right? 9 by 64 is b square. Yeah, so what is b then? Just a minute guys, a small confusion. Okay, 9 by 64 is b square, which means b is this one. Sorry guys, not this. So b is this one, right? This is b. So it's in the format of x plus 3 by 8 the whole square equal to, now this will solve taking the LCM. This is like into 16. We have to do into 16 after taking LCM. This becomes like 9 minus 5 by 80. Getting it? I mean it becomes like, see down it's going to be 64 and up it will be 9 minus 5 into 16 is 80. So this will become like minus 71 by 64. Now if you see here guys, there's a catch here. So this is a square and here it is, you are getting a square of a term as minus 71 by 64. Is it possible? No, it's not possible. Square of any number is going to be positive, right? As you have learnt in your lower classes, square of any number is going to be positive. Be it, see for example, minus 3 square is plus 9 only. No, it's not minus 9. Minus 3 square is 9. And also the square of, and also the square of 3 square is also 9. Minus 3 square is also 9. So if you square a negative number also, you will get a positive number only. If you square a negative number, you will get positive. Even if you square a positive number, you will be getting a negative number. Basically, if you square any number, you are going to get a positive number. But here if you see, this is a square of a number, you are getting a negative answer, which means this equation doesn't have a real roots. Getting it guys? If you get the square of a quantity as positive, then means this variable, this equation won't have any solution. So it has no solution. Getting it guys? It won't have any solution. But guys, we have to make it out, right? Whether an equation will have a no solution or will have any solution. So there is one more method for that now we are going to derive it, like how to, that's called as a quadratic formula. You seeing that formula by just substituting the value of a and c using 4ac. If you see that value itself, you'll get to know whether the equation is it has a real solution or it doesn't have a real solution. So now what we'll do is we'll try to derive that formula guys, right? Now we'll move aside. You can first take the screenshot of this question before we go further, right? Done, took the screenshot, we'll start rubbing it now. So this question is going to pave us a way to a new formula called as quadratic formula, right? And this is the way even in your NCERT textbook they have given. After this, they have went to that formula, derivation of that formula. Okay guys, let's try to derive it. For example, we'll take a general equation of a quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx, right, plus c equal to 0. Now what we'll do, we'll start using, we'll do it with the method of completing the square itself. Like what and all we did, we'll do with this equation. So what we did, first we used to take all the term with x one side and the term without x one side, and then what we used to do, we used to divide all the term with a so that we get only x square. So it used to become like x square plus b by ax minus c by a, and then we used to take this term, that is b by a, and we used to do half of that, right? Then it will become b by 2a. Then what we used to do, we used to take the square of this, then it used to become b square by 4a square. Now what we used to do, now what we are supposed to do, we have to add this term in both the sides, that is x square plus b by ax plus b square by 4a square equal to minus c by a plus b square by 4a square. We added the term both the sides, right? Now what we'll do, we'll bring this in a format, that is which format, a plus b the whole square format. Yeah, it is a plus b the whole square format. A is x here and b is b by 2a the whole square. That's how we do, right? And here what we'll do, here we'll take the LCM. So this becomes like into 4a. LCM will become 4a square. So here it will become like 4a square will be the LCM, and up it will be b square minus 4ac. Getting it, guys? Now to find the value of a, what we used to do, if we want to, I mean this quantity, we have to take the root both the side, right? If you want to find x, we will take root both the side, then it will become x plus b by 2a equal to plus or minus, getting it, plus or minus plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by, here root will get, I mean this term, if you take the root of this term it will become 2a. Getting it, guys? It became like this now. Now if you want to find the value of x, this we have to take the other side, right? We have to only keep x one side when you want to find the value of x. If you keep x one side, if you take b at this side, it becomes like minus b by 2a plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now what you have to do, guys? Now it is the same term in the denominator, right? So you can take it in common. So x will become equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This formula is very important formula, guys. Getting it? Like how we used to, for any general equation, if we apply the method of completing the square, like how we did in the previous examples, we did using the general equation. So this is the general equation of quadratic formula, right? Quadratic equation. General equation. Using the general equation, we tried to apply the quadratic method, and then what we did? We did the same thing. We divided all the term with a so that we have only x square term, and then what we did, we took this term and we did into half and got that term. We squared it and added it both the side, and then we wrote it in the form of x plus b by 2a the whole square equal to that term. And then what we did, we found the value of x by keeping all the terms towards RHS and x in LHS, and then we found the value of x to be minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If you see this formula, guys, this formula can be utilized to any equation in this world. Getting it? Any quadratic equation in this world can be solved using this one formula, because we derived it from a general formula. Getting it? So it's going to be applicable to all the formulas in this world. As simple as that, guys. Getting it? So this is very important formula. Make sure that you remember this. Even if I wake you up at 2 a.m. and ask you this formula, you should tell me this. That's how thorough you should be with this formula. Getting it, guys? That's the point now. So the questions ahead which we are going to see, we are directly going to use this formula and find the value of x. Getting it? We are just going to substitute the value of coefficient of x square x, that is a, b, c, using the coefficient and the constant term. If you simply substitute in the formula itself, we are going to get the solution. As simple as that. So make sure you remember this equation. Now I'll move aside. I hope you got the derivation. It's also in your NCERT textbook. You can just look at it once, right? If you didn't understand, drop your comment in the comment section. I'll make a separate video on this. Alright, guys, so now I'll move aside. You can take the screenshot. After this, let's solve few example based using that quadratic formula. And yeah, this is called as quadratic formula. Always remember it, guys. Quadratic formula. Getting it? Also it is called as Sridharacharya formula, but this is the word which you will use more, quadratic formula. Okay, guys, now you can take the screenshot, right? Okay, guys, now let's go to example 10. Solve question number 2, first sub question of exercise 4.1 by using your quadratic formula. So this was the question, guys, right? We have to use the quadratic formula and solve this question. So you know the quadratic formula, right? So it is, quadratic formula is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Getting it, guys? Always remember this formula, a very important formula. And one more thing which I forgot to tell you guys, inside this root, right, b square minus 4ac, when you get a negative quantity, that is when b square minus 4ac, you will get a negative quantity which will be less than 0, right? Negative means that time you will say no real roots. Getting it? Like the last question, if we did right, in that, like in that question, if you had seen, we got a square term is equal to negative, something like minus 71 by something, right? If it is minus, it has negative, I mean it has no real roots, right? So if you get b square minus 4ac, this quantity, after substituting the values, this is a, and this one here, the coefficient of x is b, and minus 528 is c, right? If you substitute all those here, and if you get the value as less than 0, that is or negative, you will conclude that it has no real roots. That's one thing, guys. Okay, guys, now let's go ahead and solve this question. We'll just substitute the values in that equation. Minus b means here b is 1, right? Coefficient of x. So minus b means minus 1 plus or minus root of, now b square means 1 square, minus 4ac, 4 into a is 2, c is minus 528, correct? No, by 2a. Oh, so by 2a means by 2 into 2, that is 4, it becomes 2a will become 4. Now if you see this, it will be minus 1 plus or minus root of 1 minus. Now if I multiply this, this becomes like, okay, minus into minus will become plus, that's one thing, right? So this will become plus in first place. Now let's multiply this and see. 528, I'll do it here, into 2 into 4, so this will be like into 8, 64, 8 into 2 is 16, 16 plus 6 is 22, 8 into 5 is 40, 42, okay, it comes as 4224, right? So it is 224, right, divided by 4. Getting it, guys? Now if you see, this totally becomes root, this will totally become, okay, we are finding x, right? X is the solution, so this is x, so here also we'll be writing as x equal to, this is the quadratic formula, so equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of 4225 by 4, correct, guys? Now if you see, root of 4225 is 65, root of 4225 is equal to 65. This, you should know the method of taking the roots, right? If you don't know, like you would have learned it in the lower classes, you should know it actually, but even then if you don't know, you can comment down in the comment section. I'll make a separate video on how to take the roots of numbers. So the root of 4225 is 65, so here we'll replace this with 65, so this will become like, okay, I'll do it here, minus 1 plus or minus 65 by 4. Getting it? Now we will have two solutions in which one plus will come, in another minus will come, so it will become like minus 1 minus 65 by 4, and one more is minus 1 plus 65 by 4. So this becomes like minus 66 by 4. Getting it? Now if you simplify this, it will become like minus 33 by 2. Getting it, guys? Now if you do this one, this will become like 64 by 4. 64 by 4 is nothing but equal to 16, yeah, 16, no, 1, 2, 4 into 5, 6, yeah, 16. Getting it, guys? 64 by 4 will give you 16. So these are the values of x. X equal to 16 and x equal to minus 33 by 2 are the solution of the equation, of this equation. That's it, guys. What we did, we just wrote the equation first, the general quadratic equation, and then we substituted the value of a, b, c in this, in place of a, b, c, we substituted these values from the equation, and then we got equation like this. And then the only tricky step I think is to find the root. If you know the root, from then it's very easy to find the solution. Easily you got x as 16 and x as minus 32 by 33 by 2. If you see this question, guys, if we had used some splitting the middle term, I think it would have been a bit tough, right? Because this is the big terms. But since you used the quadratic formula, the answer came out easily. So that's the advantage of quadratic formula method, guys. Done. Okay, guys, now you can take the screenshot. Now let's go to the next example. Okay, guys, now let's go to example 11. Example 11 says find two consecutive odd positive integers, sum of whose squares is 290. Okay, guys, this will be solving using the quadratic formula method, right? So now they're telling find two positive consecutive integers, sum of whose square is, okay, first let's assume let the consecutive positive odd integers be x and x plus 2, because if it is x plus 1 it will become even, right? There should be a difference of 2. Just a minute, guys, I'll come. Right, so there should be a difference of 2. Now squaring them, x square plus x plus 2 the whole square is equal to 290. That's what we get from the condition, guys, because they're telling sum of the squares of them gives us 290. Now we have to find x and x plus 2, that is the two positive odd integers. For that we'll start expanding now. It becomes x square plus 4x plus 4 excuse me, guys, is equal to 290, right? Just a minute, guys. Okay, 290. Now what we'll do? Now we'll start clubbing them, all x terms together, x square terms together, and we'll bring 290 this side. That time it will become minus 290 plus 4. It will become minus 286 equal to 0. So this is the equation now, guys. Can we further simplify this? No, because it can't be divided by 4. I think we can divide by at least 2. Okay, we'll divide entire equation with 2 to simplify this. Getting it? If we divide entire equation with 2, we'll be left out with x square plus 2x minus 143 equal to 0. So this is the equation, guys. This is the quadratic equation. Now we have to solve it using the quadratic formula. So first let me write the quadratic formula here. It is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Getting it? Let me now substitute the values of a, b, c into the equation. It will become like minus 2 because b is plus 2, right? So here minus b, so it becomes minus 2 plus or minus root of b square is 2 square, that is 4, minus 4 into a into c. 4 into a into c is minus 143 by 2a. A is 1, so it is 2 into 1. Right, guys? Now what we'll do? Here minus into minus becomes plus. Now let me do this multiplication. This becomes like 133 into 4. This will become 12. 16 plus 1 17. 4 plus 1 5. 572. 572 plus 4 becomes 576. So it will become like minus 2 plus or minus root of 576 by 2. Getting it, guys? Now root of 576 is equal to 24. Getting it? So there are two solutions possible, right? Now we'll be writing like first solution is minus 2 plus 24 by 2. X equal to minus 2 plus 24 by 2, which is equal to 22 by 2, which is equal to 11. One more solution is minus 2 minus 24 by 2. Here it will become minus 26 by 2, which will become equal to minus 13. So these are the two solutions, but they have said positive integer, which means this will get eliminated. Getting it, guys? The minus solution will get eliminated. So x equal to 11 and x plus 2 equal to 13. So x equal to 11 and x plus 2 equal to 13. These are the two consecutive, just a minute, guys. these are the two consecutive positive integers whose sum of the squares is 290, right? That's it guys, that's the answer. 11 and 13 are the answer. So this was your example 11 of your NCERT textbook guys. Now we'll move aside. You can take the screenshot if you want it. It's already there in the NCERT, all the examples and the solutions. Still you can take the screenshot, right? So this was your 5th lecture guys. That's it for this lecture actually, because there are a few more examples actually. You can try it by yourself. If I keep on doing all the example questions, right, it's not so useful, right? Like it's almost the same. So I'll give them, I mean after the example 11 there are 4-5 examples before the exercise. So let those examples be like your homework, right? So you people try it out by yourself guys, so that it will be a good practice as well. So after this, in the next lecture, that is in lecture number 6, we'll start the exercise 4.3, in which we'll be dealing with similar questions based upon, we have to solve based on a quadratic formula or else by completing the square method, right? So in this lecture basically what and all we learned guys, we learned how to solve the quadratic equation and find the roots using completing square method. That was the first method. That was the second method after the factorization method, which we learned in the last lectures. After that, the third method which we learned was quadratic formula, to find the solution using quadratic formula. I hope still here all the concepts are thorough guys. So then if you have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section. So that's it for now guys. Meet you in the next lecture. Until then, bye.